Howdy hangers, welcome to the Hammock Hangers Podcast Adventure Blog Episode 2. Now, we're back in a pretty familiar place, same place I was a couple weekends ago, but this time, brought along some friends. We have Num Nums, we have Mountain Mini, and we've got Bo Biscuit. This trip is going to be the whole family's first combined backpacking trip together. Want to take them out to a place that I'm familiar with, and my son has already been here once, but it's never hiked this particular trail. It's going to be my wife and daughter's very first overnight backpacking trip. So, we've got lights, I've got a camera, let's get some action. Alright everybody, we are hitting the trail at Pat's Island Trailhead again, hiking south down to Hidden Pond. Well, we got about a 3-mile hike, about an hour and a half. So, let's hit the trail. Alright everybody, for dinner tonight we're going to be having the Peak Refuel Beef Stroganoff for me and Mountain Mini, and also for the kids we've got a North Sides. We're going to do Alfredo, and we've got this chicken roasted garlic and herb. Seems to be a pretty easy, quick, cheap backpacking meal that you can make on your own. As far as the Peak Refuel goes, it's another looks really good. I've heard good things about it. If you're looking for the contents of the back, here you go. Alright, let's get that pretty boil. Okay children, so how was the meal that you personally picked out for your first night's dinner?
Very good.
Good. It's a little soupy, but really nice that.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
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 Just without with less water.
Less water, maybe some powdered milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, how was the chicken?
Good.
Good. Like, I think it adds some flavor to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got something to it, but other than that, yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right, Dawn, how's the beef stroganoff? Your first impressions?
Great.
You don't sound so enthused.
No, it's good.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't take a lot of water, like less than a cup.
Yep.
Texture's good?
Yep.
All right. Hydrated, fine?
Sure. Nothing compared to it.
All right, so let's try this out here. Oh, this is really good. Oh, this is a lot better than Mountain House.
Yeah.
This is a lot better.
Yeah. I like that one.
It's a lot like you can, I don't know, it's a lot of like that cream cheese or sour cream flavor in it. It's like really good. Still could be better with hot sauce.
That's because everything's better with hot sauce.
Everything's better with hot sauce, right? Coming back into camp. Guess we got a fire going here. Guys, making that happen. Okay. Got the girls over here be getting ready for bed or something along those lines. Doing a little first aid. Oh no. Morning, folks. Oh, seems to be I'm the first one up this morning. Time to go get the food bag, get coffee going, and maybe even start a little breakfast. Here's hoping for a good day. I have to go get the food bag this morning. I'm gonna say I'm really liking the surge sack. The whole not having to hang your food like my father-in-law has to this weekend is really a nice little game change for me. Tie it to the tree. So I wouldn't untie this one-handed, but we're good to go. This morning I have my instant Starbucks and my sugar in the raw, and my pot just waiting for a little bit of heat. On that note, we can start our day. Cheers. Coffee from the hammock. Can't beat that for a start for your morning. Here's some rustling in the hammocks over there, so I'm sure I won't be the only one awake here pretty soon. Alright, the Rugrats are awake this morning for their breakfast. They're going to be doing the Mountain House breakfast skillet. Hash browns and scrambled egg, mixed with pork sausage patty, peppers and onions. I'm sure they're not really noticeable, right? It's fine. Alright, so for those of you that haven't seen these yet, this is a 2-serving. We're looking at about 13 grams of protein and about 1.5 cups of water, and after that about 10 minutes and we'll be ready to feed these victuals to these creatures here. Alright, looks like we got a purdy ball.
Gonna fall over.
So I got my foot there. You'll be alright.
Are you literally just rehydrating like food?
Yep, pretty much.
I need my spoon.
Look like good eating?
Yeah.
All right, kids' breakfasts are done, so we're gonna get a taste test from the kiddos.
Owie.
Very good.
Yummy.
Yummy.
Good consistency.
We also have Mountain Minnie has awoken. All right, time for our breakfast.
I'll go.
All right, so apparently me and Dawn also have the Mountain House breakfast skillet. I was to have a Peak Refuel breakfast skillet that I thought I'd brought, but just stick with the Mountain House. I kind of know what this tastes like. Water looks like it's about coming up to boil, so we're gonna get this rehydrated here in a second and start that waiting game for our breakfast. Smells like breakfast. All right, for lunch, we are going to be doing the kale and white bean stew from another Good to Go meal, as well as the roasted corn chowder. I did like that these are single serving meals versus the 2 serving, but they do require a cup and a half of water each. If we look at the back here, again, all the ingredients I can read, so that's always good. So, let's get these cooked up. And now we wait the 15 minutes. All right, so we're gonna give this corn chowder an attempt. Doesn't look all that great. It does have some kind of a fishy smell to it because of like the bonito flakes in it. But we'll give it a shot here. Yeah. I think this is a negative for me. There's really not too much like distinguishable flavor. It just kind of tastes like meh with like some weird kind of aftertaste. So sorry, Good to Go. Your corn chowder is probably not going to make my list. All right, well, we're heading down to filter out some water, and hopefully that'll be all the water filter we'll need to do for the rest of the trip. And then we're going to just make a hike and walk around the area. All right, see you in a bit. Well, everybody, we got our Sawyer Squeeze gravity filter going here. We got our traditional Sawyer Squeeze and smart water bottles. We got our water haul right going on here, and our last little trip to the pond coming up now. Well, for dinner, everybody, we're going to be having another Peak Refuel. Really looking forward to this one, considering the beef stroganoff was so good last night. Today is chicken pesto pasta. One interesting thing about this one is for 2 servings, you need less than 6 ounces of water, only 2/3 of a cup, and only 10 minutes to rehydrate. So really liking the amount of water that you need for these peak refuels, and the cooking time. It's significantly less than some of the other ones that I've tried. So we got our water come to a boil, so let's cook it up.
Go.
Let's give this pesto chicken or chicken pesto pasta a try. Noodles rehydrated well. Chicken a little chewy, but sauce is really, really good. Seasoning is good. And this might be one of the few times that I say this is probably just good the way that it is. No hot sauce needed. So it's pretty incredible. Only really surprised with the amount of water that you need to rehydrate this. This tastes really, really good. Rehydrated for the most part really, really well. Only in, I gave it 10 minutes, but no, really, really good. I would definitely recommend Peak Refuels. Both their beef stroganoff that both me and my wife really loved last night, and I'm getting the thumbs up of approval from her on the chicken pesto pasta as well. All right, wrapping up our last night in the campsite. As my children wave at the camera for the 18th time. Just looking around camp. Okay. All right, Ainsley. So if you were approached by someone that was asking what we did that better made this experience a good experience for you, what are some 3 things that you would tell that person?
Probably, especially if you have kids, there are a lot of materials around the pond just to like build and like do fun stuff with. Probably another thing is just like the pond. It's just like really fun to play in and everything. But the good thing is also like the trail isn't overly long. So if for some reason you need to leave it the night early, but like you weren't in such a rush or something, then like you could go through that trail. And there's also many different types of trails. But yeah, those are some pretty good things.
So would you say this is a successful trip for you?
Yes.
And you would do this again?
Yes.
And what's been your favorite thing so far?
Just camping in hammocks.
Camping in hammocks, okay. What's been your least favorite thing so far?
That's hard. Maybe all the noises at night, because sometimes they can be a little loud.
And if you could change one thing about this next time we do something like this, what would it be?
Bring more food.
All right, so for Bo Biscuit here, so what were 3 things that you would tell someone that may be considering a trip like this that you would encourage them to do?
So lighter is always better. If you're going for a longer hike to your camping spot, you don't want to carry a 50-pound backpack. That's just gonna like mess up your back when you get to your camping spot. Also, be prepared for the weather. It can always change, so either bring a tarp or a rain fly, and also the temperature. So if it's gonna be colder, pack more insulation, or if it's gonna be hotter, just don't pack as much insulation. Thirdly, pack meals that you're familiar with, because you don't want to like get a new meal and then not like it and then be hungry for the rest of the day.
Okay, so what has so far been your high point of this trip so far?
Probably getting that party boil.
Okay, and what's been your low point?
Well, last night I didn't get as much sleep because I think my underquilt wasn't adjusted properly. So tonight I will probably have my underquilt adjusted properly.
And what's something that you would do differently next time to make a trip like this even better?
Probably, again, going to my low point, adjusting my underquilt sooner so I wouldn't be cold that first night.
Yeah. Well, would you do a trip like this again?
100%.
All right, well, we've got our breakfast going on for our last morning here. It's a little bit nippy here this morning. Got oatmeal going. More importantly, we got coffee already made. Quilts are multi-purpose using by the fire we've got going here. So, yeah, we'll catch back with you here shortly. All right, everybody. Well, we are packed up, as you can see. Leave no trace. We're about to hit the trail, about an hour and a half back, and we can check off our first family backpacking trip. All right, everybody, let's say bye to the pond.
Bye. No, wait.
We're at the halfway point, just getting a little bit of water, then we'll head back up on the trail.
Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Hammock Hangers Podcast Adventure Vlog Series. It really was a great trip, and everyone had a really good time. A few takeaways if you are planning your own family's first backpacking trip. First, let your kids pick out the food. It's really a good way to get them invested early. We chose a really easy trail for them to start out on. The trail itself was only 3.5 miles. There wasn't a lot of strenuous ups and downs, and so when they got to the site, they still had some energy to kind of play around and explore the area. 2, if you're camping anywhere in the Ocala National Forest or anywhere where there's a lot of pine trees outside of winter, definitely treat your gear with some permethrin. We did have some tick bites that we were all treating by the end of the trip. But overall, everyone had a great time, and when asked if they would do it again, including the wife, they all said absolutely. So until next time, happy hanging, everybody.